Hello again. So we're back in the sewing room. We're back to the caps, the surgical caps. I was asked by some followers if I can explain how to make these caps reversible. Well, to explain how to make it reversible would be like a 5-page essay, or I can make a quick video to show how it's done. It's really very simple. I opted for the quick video. So as you can see, this has a nice seam, nice finished edge. These have just been put together, they haven't been pressed. And a nice finished edge as well on the inside. So you have a really nice cap finished on both sides. You can have contrasting fabrics. So now I'm going to show you how to do this. It's very simple. So I already have one. Now I use 2 different colors that will make it much easier to understand. So I have the green and the white, and I've put them together as I have in the previous video. So you can see that they're put together except for the very top. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the green on the green side. And that way the raw edge will be on the inside. So that would be the second last step that I show on my my previous videos on how to sew them. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to, and I do believe that this merits showing once again how to do this. So nothing has been pressed, as you can see, but it doesn't matter. It'll get pressed in the end, as you saw with my other cap. So, oops, a little thread there. Let me cut that out. So I'm going to match the clippies. So here's the clip right there. And there's the clip as well, right here. So I'm just going to match them. And you'll see, you know, in detail how this is done, how it's cut, and it's done in 2 videos. I have one for the sewing and one for the cutting. Okay, so they are going to be put together like this. Now these fabrics are a little bit challenging because one is silk, one is rayon, one is very drapey, one is not. But that's what I had, so that's what I had to work with. But we'll make the best of it. So in the event that this happens to you, always put the fabric that's more drapey at the bottom. Because the bottom, the feed dogs will move it along just a little bit quicker than the top part. And it won't pucker that way. You have a less chance of fabric traveling. So remember, loose bottoms. Okay, so now I'm going to match the notch right there. So there's the 2 notches. I'm going to match them. And I'm going to just give the fabric a little bit of a tug here. It will all fall into place. And if there is a little pucker, well, you know, it's not the end of the world. I think these days there are much bigger fish to fry. Okay, so there we go. Now, I like this machine. It has a knee lever to lift the presser foot, so no hands are required, which makes life a little bit easier. Otherwise, sometimes you need 3 hands. Okay, so remember, curved stitch or curved seam stays curved. Now I have the other clippies. I'm just going to join them together and stitch. Okay. Now, I haven't pressed anything, and I don't need to press anything. So now I'm ready to put the cap on, the top part. So this is going to go next to the white. So try to get all the threads out. because if you don't get them out, then they're going to be stuck in there forever. Okay, so now okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this part here flat. I'm going to tuck the tails inside. Okay, tuck them inside. And I'm going to roll the whole thing inside the cap, just like that, so that it'll lie flat. Okay? And I'm going to work with the white side up. So I've put the green side on one side, now I'm working on the other side. So this is very much like the yokes on a man's shirt. In the yoke of the man's shirt, you end up rolling the whole shirt inside that little yoke, and then when you're done, you pull it out and it's perfect. So this is a very similar situation. So now I've tucked everything in. I don't want to catch it with the seam, so now I'm just going to put the lid on. So think of it that way there. You're covering the pot with a lid. All the ingredients are on the inside, you're just covering it up with a lid. And you're going to turn it and start. Now for this particular one, with the serged edge, you rounded it off. With this one here, you're going to leave it as it's cut, square. Okay? So then, you're going to match the clippies. And it just sits flat. And you're going to start stitching. And this is going to be very easy to see because the thread is green. So you're matching the notch over there. Okay? And you're just letting it lie flat. Just all the way around, much like you would do with the serger. You would have done if you weren't putting a second layer on with the serger. I mean, you could, if you do have a serger and you like to work with it and you're comfortable with it, you could serge the inside of this edge and cut off any excess fabric, and it will give you a very nice, neat finish. If you don't have a serger, well then, this is the next best thing. So just stitch all the way around. Now you see it will, you have to pull it a little bit because of course there's volume on the inside, and that's fine. There we go. And we're almost there. Back tack. Okay. All right. Now this the rounded edges here. The rounded edges, they have to be clipped. So I'm going to clip because you don't want to have any tension in there. You want that to be a nice soft seam. You can trim it. I won't because this is silk and it will fray very, very quickly and very easily. So I'm just going to leave as much seam allowance as I can. The other part is rayon, and it's just as bad as silk for fraying. So I'm just going to leave it and just clip it. So you see, there, it's clipped. Now, I have the opening right there at the very bottom. So all I'm going to do is turn it like this, and this is what we call bagging it. So I just turn it, push it, and presto, bango, whammo, abracadabra. One side, and the other side. Now to finish off the edge at the very bottom here, Okay, now it's slightly off because there were two different pieces, one traveled a bit. So I'm just going to trim it. There, just like that. Then I'm going to take, I'm just going to just tuck that on the inside, just like this. And I'm going to go to the machine. Okay, I'm going to go to the machine. Back tap and stitch it down. And you're done, except for the pressing. So that's the last step. Like that. And voila. So when the wearer wears it, they will be wearing it like this. So you'll always see that contrasting fabric. Reversible caps are done. I just press them and they look great. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe.